It's an absolute privilege for me to be able to address you briefly. Welcome. I hope this presentation is of value to you, and most important of all, I hope that you catch the heart of who we are as the King's School, Limborough Park. My name is Terry Curran. I'm the executive head of the King's School. Been part of the school for a long time, approximately 30 years, not all 30 of those years as an executive head by any means, but first of all as a parent of two learners in the school. Both my children started at the school when they were in fact 2 years old and progressed to matric. My son is currently a doctor, a qualified doctor, practicing in Johannesburg. My daughter is in marketing, digital marketing. Both of them making a wonderful impression in their workplaces, which is what we aim for as a King's School in terms of all our learners. So I've been a part of the school for a long time. It's a privilege for me to be able to talk to you this morning because I love our school so much. Always easier to be able to or have to talk about something that one really enjoys. And certainly in terms of the King's School, I have a deep affection for our school, as I said, going back many years. Our school in fact started in 1986. It was the vision of a group of elders of a church who had in their hearts the notion of offering education to those that maybe previously had not had the opportunity of receiving the education that we receive at our school. So that started in 1986, idea being to offer education to all races. That obviously is not an issue in 2020, but it was a big issue in those days. I mention it because it's still our vision in the sense of wanting education and what we consider to be education to be available to as many students in as many places as possible. And when we speak about education, I've mentioned our heart came from a church point of view. It's still our heart today. Christian ethos is something of vital importance at the King's School, Limborough Park. It always has been. It expresses itself in various areas of our school, in our cultural activities, in the very way that we interact with our learners and our teachers. That ethos is an incredibly important part of our school and will remain so, I'm sure, for decades and decades to come. At the school at the moment, we've just, in this year, become part of the Kuro group, and it's been an absolute total success in terms of the integration of the old King's School that I've just touched on, the vision of the church, and that integration into the Kuro system has been seamless and of great benefit to us. We now have the benefit of the expertise of a Kuro, the well-tested procedures and practices, but at the same time, as I've said in the beginning, we have the advantage of being able to keep our ethos and our heart of our school exactly the same as it ever was. We have as our aim, our vision, is a Christ-centered education for all learners. And what we're aiming for, as I also hinted at, is that we don't produce learners simply who've done well in their matric year, that have X number of distinctions. Although of course that's something that we celebrate and want. It's far more than that. Our vision is to produce leaders in society. And my firm personal view, and the view of all of our teachers, is that as our society, South Africa and the world in fact, needs leaders with good, godly character. Yes, those who have capacity and those that have qualifications, but more than anything, in my personal view, our society, our country needs learners with good character. And we're confident that God has called us to producing those leaders, and we're grateful that we have the opportunity to do exactly that. So as we go on in our presentation, we will have the opportunity to introduce to you various phase heads, and they will talk about their own personal heart for the school. And I hope that comes across well in this presentation. And I hope that also what you would see in that presentation is that there are 4 pillars in our school. One is academics, and I don't want to downplay that. Academics remain exceptionally important to us as a school. That's what a school does. But culture, the issue of culture, our cultural activities are a strong pillar in our school, as is our pastoral care, the care that we would want to show to our learners and to our teachers for that matter, and that our teachers are caring and concerned about the welfare of each and every learner. And then the fourth pillar being our sport, something that we love. We love our sport at King's School. We don't play necessarily in the highest leagues, but we do encourage participation from every learner. And in the leagues that we do play in, we do exceptionally well. I've always done very, very well. So those are the four pillars that I hope will come through as you listen to the various presentations of different phase heads. Something exciting for 2021 and what is still to come. There's a lot of excitement that still lies ahead. We're, as I said, in a phase of development and growth. Although we're 30 years in our existence, under the Kuro banner, there's so many more opportunities. One of those exciting opportunities for next year will be the introduction of robotics into our school, something that I know all our learners will certainly enjoy. But the benefits of learning a new world skill, I see just great benefit in that. That's something to look forward to. Something that we will build on next year that's already started is just our Zulu and our third language being Zulu at this stage. We rolled that out a couple of years ago, started at in our early grades, and we're now advancing that next year into further grades into our school. Something of excitement to us. In conclusion, there will be presentations by various of our phase heads. There will also be a conclusion presentation by our drama teacher, who will share her heart and perspective on the value of drama. I will then just also add a few of my own personal thoughts, and then right at the end there'll be ample opportunity for some questions and answers.
Good morning and welcome to the King's School Preschool. My name is Susie Eisenhart and I head up the preschool of the school. I have been a member of the King's School family for 20 years, and I started right at the beginning very definitely thinking that I was only here for 1 or 2 years, but God has different plans for all of us, and I'm very happy to still be a member of the family. Our preschool consists of a baby and toddler center, which goes from little tiny babies to 2 years old, and then the children come across to the preschool in the year that they turn 3. We have teachers and assistant teachers in most of the grades, except for the higher grades, unless the class is very big, and then we would have an employer teacher's assistant for that class as well. Our teachers, when I asked them what they felt was special about our school, there were 2 words that really came out very strongly. The one was relationship and the other was team. And I think that really embodies our preschool. I think that we really focus on each other as a team of teachers, and that we really do try our very best to understand and love each child for who they are and to bring out the very best in them. One of my very early principals had a motto which she certainly has passed on to me, and that comes from Colossians 3:23, to do everything with your whole heart as unto the Lord. And that is my encouragement for myself and to the staff and to the children of our preschool. The curriculum that we follow is based on the CAPS curriculum, but the Kuro organization believes very much in a developmental process that is based on exploration, creativity, inquiry, and is very much a sensory play-based system of education, and we fully endorse that form of education. So we try to keep our classrooms as informal and play-based as possible. However, we do cover all the necessary aspects of life skills, language and numeracy development. one of our things that we do, certainly from the 4-year-old age group, is that we have a thing that we call Thinking Thursdays, and it's also to develop the children's language and their thought processing. And so what we do is each class will have a question that they pose to their children, which does not necessarily have a correct answer. And so they can literally explore whatever they think or feel about that object or that question, and it develops their language and their thought processing. I think as we go into the next generation of education, children need that more than anything else. Knowledge is at the tip of a computer button, but we need to be able to think and process things for ourselves. And so that is a very strong aspect of our program.
Welcome, I'm Kirsty Ernson. I have my bachelor's in the foundation phase. I'm also qualified in early childhood development. I have been teaching for 17 years and I've been at the King's School for 14 years. I started here teaching the 3 to 4-year-olds and worked my way up through the years, and now I'm one of the grade 1 teachers and I've been the coordinator of the phase for 3 years. In the foundation phase, we offer mathematics, English, Afrikaans, Zulu. As in life skills, we also have PE, which is our physical education, and we have arts and crafts. In our mathematics, we'll be transitioning into a new curriculum for next year, which we will be using number sense. Then in our English, we use a Jolly Phonics program to teach our reading. Our PE and Zulu specialists are there to enhance your child's full potential in these curriculum activities. In the foundation phase, we like to look at the child as an individual. Due to our small classes, we are able to spend more individual time with each child. We like the child not only to do the best, but their best in all that they do. We like to bring out their individual giftings and talents so that they can be who they would like to be. During this pandemic, we do have our blended learning approach that we are using at the moment. We do have the children that are in the classroom, where we do have our rules and our regulations that we are keeping up to date with to keep your children safe. We do have the children that have decided to stay at home due to other circumstances, but in that we have our laptop set up in our classrooms where we can teach online to those that are at home. So we are able to teach online to those that are at home and those that are in the classroom at the same time to give them the same educational development that we would offer them if they were sitting in the classroom with us. What we like to do at the end of the year for those grade R's that are moving up into grade 1, we offer an orientation party, which we have on a Saturday morning. We send out an invitation to the parents and the children to come and have a little party with us one morning. With that, our current grade 1s put on a little show for them to perform and take them into the classroom and do a fun activity with them. Then I, as the phase head, stay behind and just give a little outline of what grade 1 is and what the parents can expect for their children when they are coming up into the grade 1 year. We also offer a school readiness week where the children come over from the preschool and they come and they join us in the grade 1 classrooms just to see and get a feel of what grade 1 will be like and how the structure of the day will be, and that is how we introduce our new grade R's to grade 1. Our team of foundation phase teachers don't see this as a job, they see it as a calling and a passion. They enjoy getting to know each and every child individually. They enjoy getting to know them and love them individually. We also enjoy being silly with the children and having fun with them, playing on the field with them, and enjoying our special times that we have with them in the classroom.
Welcome to the senior primary phase. I'm Vicky Peterson, I'm the head of the senior primary. We have 88 learners in our phase and 10 dedicated teachers. This year we offer the normal subjects Afrikaans, English, Maths, Social Sciences and Natural Sciences. These subjects are important for factual recall, abstract thinking, and also to work with a scientific investigative thought. We also offer robotics as of next year. It is a very interesting part that will fall part under Natural Sciences. We also offer life skills. Life skills consist of Bible and performing arts, PE and visual arts. Performing arts is very good for children because it will teach them self-respect. It will also teach them to be sensitive to others and also a way to express themselves. Visual art is a fun way where kids can express themselves by using their imagination and to be creative as far as possible. At the King's School, we follow the Christian ethos, so it is important for us to have assembly once a week. During assembly, we have devotions and praise and worship. Each class also has the opportunity to have a poem, dance, or song that will be interactive for the entire school. We also have interesting talks, usually about creating awareness, like bullying awareness or stranger danger. In the beginning of the year, the intermediate phase goes on a very lovely camp. The children use this opportunity to learn skills, and they also form very strong bonds with each other and their teachers. On camps, we have nice food and we have daily devotions. They do a lot of team building activities on camp where they have been split into different grades, so it's not just the normal groups together. They learn to interact with each other. We also have praise and worship once a day. As the senior phase, we enjoy a lot of fun days, especially the grade 7 Entrepreneurs Day, where the kids spend a lot of money on sweets and daily activities that they have a lot of fun. We also have dress-up days where kids have to dress up according to a specific theme. We support charities. For example, we have the SPCA, we have the Bible Drive and Taki Tax. In the senior primary, we use tablets or iPads for devices as textbooks. In order for the grade 3s not to have a very stressful transition from grade 3 to grade 4, we have a grade 4 orientation morning where parents are invited to come and have a brief introduction of how my ebooks work. We have the ITSI people that come to be able to answer questions and even how to purchase the ebooks. All teachers, the grade 4 teachers, will also be present to answer any questions with the new subjects and all the new information that they need. The senior primary is such an important transition in order for the kids to be equipped for high school. We focus primarily on academics, but it is very important for us to make sure our kids are equipped emotionally, socially, spiritually to be ready for high school.
Welcome to the King's School, Lindborough Park. I'm the headmaster of the high school. My name is Damien Pakiri. And here at the high school, I must say, I'm very proud to say that we have very passionate educators and enthusiastic students, and we have the most spectacular, lovely green campus located in the beautiful suburb of Lindborough Park. Being a headmaster of the high school, I had the privilege to walk around campus, pop into the classrooms, liaise with the learners, chat with them briefly and get to know them on a personal level, as well as chatting with their teachers and learning about their academic standards and components. And the caliber of learners, I must say, I've been supremely impressed with. They are the most gifted learners. I'm talking about academics, sports and culture, and they have so much to offer and they've only yet to reach their full potential. And here at the King's School, we make it a point to nurture and enhance and help them along the journey so that each learner reaches their milestone and achieves and reaches their full potential. Here at the King's School, all the educators are supremely passionate about their roles. And one of their roles is pastoral. And pastoral means to make sure that each learner at the school is made to be felt important, welcome, and have a sense of belonging. And as teenagers, they go through the daily teenage problems they experience in the world. Sometimes, their network to talk about their problems and concerns is not always great. So here at the King's School, all educators are very passionate about helping the learners and talking with them about the problems they experience on a daily basis and help them along their journey to become better individuals. Part of that is Bible education. These classes are very important and we offer that here at the King's School, where we inculcate important characteristics of Christian teaching and foundation into their lives so that they're able to prosper, grow, and spread the word of God and to become good, upstanding citizens themselves. And these Bible education classes play a huge role in helping these young boys and girls become strong men and women of God. I'm very proud to say that we have a strong digital network here at school, and we do have digital literacy that we do offer. And by digital literacy, our campus has very, very good internet connectivity, and we have a one-on-one mobile device policy, which means all the learners in the high school are able to bring their own devices at school, mobile devices, whether it's a tablet, whether it takes the form of an iPad, can take the form of an Android or MacBook, laptop, etc. And that enhances their learning. All the staff are fully digital literate, and they are fay with the latest technologies, and that just makes our delivery of our teaching and learning that much better and aids the process in helping the kids to better understand the content and the curriculum. So we're moving into the 4th industrial revolution, and it's important that we prepare our young boys and girls and equip them with the skills to be able to become good global digital citizens so that they're able to go out there in the world today and integrate seamlessly into the environment that they're going to be based in. The offering that we do have in terms of our teaching, in terms of learning and in terms of teaching and delivery of our instructions, is that we do offer face-to-face instructions where the learners are able to come to school, teachers are able to teach them face-to-face onto the board, onto the whiteboard or projectors, and they're allowed to bring their mobile devices to school. And because we have full internet connectivity, we're able to offer a dual medium platform of teaching, where we cater for those learners that are able to remain at home, the blended learning approach, as well as those learners that are here at school. So what we do is we integrate the two approaches into a hybrid approach that we are able to then offer our delivery of our content and instructions to reach the learners at home and at school. The King's School is an IB school, which means we are affiliated to the Independent Examination Board, and we're governed by their protocols and procedures, and our matrics write grade 12 IEB exams. And those exams are very challenging, and they're very tough, and they're very, very thorough. And I'm glad to say that since the inception of the King's School, that our matrics have had a 100% pass rate. And that's something to be extremely, extremely proud about. And we are just glad that the teachers along the way, the quality of the staff that we've had at the school and currently have, makes the learning and teaching process something to be greatly admired and proud about. Our academic program is very strong. We have all caliber of learners. The King's School, we're going to have learners that are very strong academically, as well as those that do experience some challenges in the classroom. And in order to bridge that gap, we do offer academic support lessons during most afternoons to benefit the kids struggling to come to grasp with the curriculum and their understanding of the content. And these lessons are very, very important to ensure that they keep abreast of and on par with the rest of the learners in the class, and to make sure that they understand what they need to understand. And that's testament to the 100% pass rate that we keep on producing year after year.
Hi, my name is Candy Wilmerans, and I'm the dramatic arts teacher here at King's School Linborough Park. So Ken Robinson said that creativity is now as important in education as literacy. The King's School Linborough Park is passionate about nurturing a creative culture, not just in that we offer creative arts subjects, but in how the arts shape us and how the arts can heal us. In this day and age of social media, studies show that empathy is on the decrease. The arts encourage empathy and engagement. Drama and arts are offered at the King's School as part of our curriculum from preschool, and we offer dramatic arts and visual arts as examinable subjects from grade 8 until matric. We have many cultural events on our calendar. but probably the highlight of the year would be our annual high school production. Every year, the students and I work on a unique and new, fresh idea, usually involving something around the ideas of identity, as we feel this is crucial to the youth of today, giving them a platform to be heard and to be seen. And obviously, as much as we work towards the excitement of opening night, the process that's the most important for us is the rehearsal process, because that's where we grow, that's where we learn, and that's where we become a family. And we do, I see it. Every year, more and more past pupils return to support the production, not only as audience members, but to help out. They miss it, they want to be part of it again. So helping out in the sound department or doing wardrobe. And that for me is family. That's the legacy. They want to come back and be involved, and that's what it means to leave a lasting legacy. The arts bring people together. And I have had the privilege of watching some of the most incredible talent the school has to offer, that South Africa has to offer, on this school stage. There's something unique here. So many schools have closed their art departments over the years, but without the arts, we perish. So a school like King's that embraces the arts and is enabled by incredible programs like Cura Create is a school that is looking at a broader education. We're not looking to only create writers, directors, artists, painters, but also dreamers, visionaries, and world changers.
No doubt this decision on where your children should be and the best suited place of education for them is an important decision that you've had to make or need to make. My hope is that what you've heard has settled some issues that you might have had, maybe stimulated some thoughts within yourselves as to the best place to be. All I can say is it would be an absolute privilege for us to have your children in our school. We do trust that would be the outcome of our presentation. There will be a time at the end of the session for you to ask further questions or some questions, instead of just hearing a one-way advertisement from ourselves, and that will follow soon. I hope what's come across clearly is the fact that we are committed to the top education that we can possibly offer to your children in these COVID times. That includes both remote teaching and in the classroom teaching. And we're confident that we're able to deliver a high quality of education in both those fields. I hope, as I said, also what has come through will be the fact that we've always been a family-oriented school. We've always attached great value to the concept of family, and that's not only teachers towards the learners, but even parents towards the teachers. For us, this is an important aspect of our school. I do trust that you would understand that no school is perfect, and we're certainly not trying to paint a picture of being a perfect school. But what we can commit to, and I can give you my personal commitment, that everything that we've spoken about, we hold dear. One of our values is integrity. We see that in our school emblem. And as far as this presentation is concerned, we hope it is full of integrity, and that we would certainly endeavour to deliver all that we've spoken of. At this particular time in the history of our country and the world, as we face the COVID pandemic, one of the things that's really encouraged me, and I hope that's come through in all that we've spoken about, is our faith and our trust in God. At the end of every year, our school considers a school theme, or not a motto, but a theme for the following year. And at the end of last year, we prayerfully considered what scripture might be applicable for this year. Of course, there was no thought of COVID at that particular time, and we'd felt that the scripture from Joshua 1 verse 9 would be an appropriate scripture and theme for this year. And Joshua 1 verse 9 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be discouraged. Do not be afraid, for I am with you wherever you may go." And just looking back at that, I find it remarkable that God would have known the situation that we as a school and a country find ourselves in, and as we hold strongly to that scripture, we know that we will certainly as a school be able to give support to our learners and our parents and our teachers via that scripture. Regarding our processes and procedures at this time, again, being part of the Kuro family has provided us with much security in terms of how we practically tackle the COVID-19 on our campus. And I think it's important for you as parents to be aware of that. I'm certainly not able to go into all the detail, but I did want to assure you that the procedures have been worked through extremely carefully, and our standard operating procedures deal with absolutely every aspect of the risk on campus and how best to mitigate that. And so things like sanitizing, procedures for sanitizing hands and visitors entering our premises, and keeping social distancing and fumigating our classrooms every single day, to the procedure involved where somebody might test positive. Every single one of those procedures is reinforced. Education is ongoing, and we are taking the absolute utmost care that could reasonably be expected of us as a school. As I mentioned briefly, we will now go into a time of questions and answers. Hopefully we'll be able to answer every one of your questions, but we will certainly do our best to do so. Thank you for listening to this presentation.